Across the
wins
line.
in Australia, wins the first race of the season.
There we go, mate.
It's been a long time coming for him, I can say.
Finally!
Big time.
But-
Here comes low midday.
This could be his season.
What the?
It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this season that any of the 12 teams can try and score some points. Hello and welcome everybody to what is the 10th round of this exciting Season 4, coming to you live from the Palm Harbour Circuit in Dubai. It's going to be a battle of survival around here tonight with eSpirit GP and Uprise Motorsports hoping and praying for good points at the first ever blender track created for Ion Racing, which was first showcased at the end of Season 2. We do have that fight at the bottom of the constructors, but we also have a fight at the top of the drivers, with the minimum required for Kaikera to take the championship being him finishing second and Dakar having a DNF, or Kaikera winning and Dakar being 7th place or lower. If there was one race this season you don't want to miss out on, it is this one. Two teams are going to be lost in just around an hour's time, and we're either going to have a 4-time world champion or a 1-time world champion. So let's take a look at the track. 12 corners, and because we're not using the chicane at turn 9, one of the 2 corners which the radius tightens as you go through it. We also have an enormous back straight. There's no elevation, and that back straight is home to one of the 2 DRS zones we have. That's home to DRS zone 2. DRS zone 1 is between turns 7 and 8. That runs along the seafront to a sea I can't remember the name of. There is that exact sea I can't remember the name of. And here is the starting grid. On pole with Craig, it's Dakar 2. They're returning to the team that they debuted with, and Love My Geordie on their F1 debut is in second.
Oh, I think we might have had it
somebody
going on
crashed.
now.
Matt has crashed at the corner.
Wait, what? What happened? What happened to Matt?
Matt just crashed just after the chicane. That's Matt out.
That's Matt out, which means that Brandstar now has its own hopes on Landstroid right now. If Landstroid can stay in this race, they'll be good to go. 420 Merc Music and Dance Hatch are going to see that, and they're going to be able to try and make a crash out on it. Sorry, they're going to try and make a win on this. If they get into 2nd and 8th, they'll have enough points in order to beat out Brandstar and get that championship. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll have to see what happens during the rest of this race, as we still have a good amount of race left. We have 30 laps left. We are on 8 of 38. Dakar is now in 15th position. In 14th now, passing Real Miggy Coolit. We see both Craigs right next to each other now. That is Low Fun Greg and Dakar. Landstroid in 10th right now. He needs to start picking up the pace for Brandstar if he's going to be able to get enough points to keep Audi from getting that championship. But if enough people get in the lead of Audi, then that might not be able to get them to the points that they need. As we see Fernand with Pro Drive in 4th right now. Professor Bloxer in 7th right now. Now in 6th, and Fernand in 5th. They are neck and neck right now. Merc Music is actually making a pass on him. He's in 4th right now. He's trying to go for the lead drivers. He's got about 2 seconds to catch up on him. Kaikara still in the lead with Finagest with Lamborghini, which is a surprise to me. A Lamborghini in 2nd place right now. Critical Noob right behind him in 3rd. And then you got right behind them is the Audis and Pro Drives trying to catch up. Love My Jordy in the McLaren, the only other McLaren on the field right now, in 8th right now, with D1 only, an Uprise car in 9th. Seeing a lot of interesting stuff happening right now. Sorry, we won't be able to have a grid right now due to the crashes with OBS. Deepar sends his regards, but we'll keep you posted on everything we can.
Kakira just made a big mistake going into turn 4. That's cost him a lot of time. Only 0.2 seconds between him and Critical Noob now. That's decreased quite a lot. It was 1.2 at the finish line, and now it's 0.2. So this is going to become more tight, and more pressure is going to be applied onto the Croatian.
With only one Brandstar and only one McLaren now on the field, and only one Uprise as well, all that information and energy is going to be going to that single driver. Hopefully it'll be able to give some benefits to them. Seems as though it's doing good for Brandstar, and it seems as though it's going well for all of them, actually, all 3 of them, as they're now 8th through 10th right now. All of them able to get a few points. Oh, hang on a second. Patrick Crew is actually now in 10th. He's able to get the lead. This might be some good points for KRR now.
Let's try and get some championship stickers up here.
Seems as though Dakar is now in 12th position. He's catching up. He's now right behind Landstroid in that Brandstar. It seems as though he was also maybe able to make the pass. Oh my goodness, he's now in 9th. He's going through the ranks. Now he only has to catch up to Love My Jordy and the people in 8th through 1st, as he now has 7 seconds to catch up in order to get to them.
Dakar in the last 4 laps has made up 3 seconds to the leader. Make that 4 now, as the gap increases to 9.6.
Yeah, let's check those corner cuts real quick. The highest amount of corner cuts I'm seeing right now is 12. D1 with 12 in 11th position. The rest are at about 5 or lower.
And having that many corner cuts this early into the race will not be that good, especially considering the limit before you get a drive-through penalty, I believe, is 25.
Yes, and if you get 5 more than that, I do believe, or that might not be the case, but if memory serves correctly, then you're going to have to do another drive to pit. And after a good amount of corner cuts, you're going to have to forfeit the race. I don't think anybody's actually going to get to that section, but we'll have to see what happens. I mean, Dubai's corner cuts are a little weird because I believe this is one of the few corner cuts, if not the only corner cut track that we have.
Yeah, that seems true. This is the only corner cut trigger track that we have on the calendar when Italy got removed.
Miggy crashed. Miggy crashed.
Miggy, for God's sake.
Miggy has crashed. Miggy is the next victim of Dubai. The one track with the lowest crash rate of all of them. And Miggy has now finally DNF'd on his 10th of 10 races.
Miggy, I posed this question to Miggy. How are you unable to finish a race? You have done 10 races.
Oh, hang on a second. Critical Noob's taking a lead off the DRS zone. Kaikira's right behind him, but I'm not sure he'll be able to get enough slipstream in order to catch up to him. We'll have to see when we get through this non-chicane, as we are not using the chicane this season. Seems as though Kaikira was not able to make the pass, and neither is Finninjester, as he is right behind him. Landstroid is able to get up into 10th now. Pachacuru has fallen down into 12th, so is D1. He's now in 11th. Decare's still stuck with the 9, but he's now only 5 seconds behind Love Majority, as Love Majority is 5 seconds behind Critical Noob, the leader right now. Danza Hadjek and 420 Merc Music are doing really good for Audi right now, as they are now in 5th and 7th position. And if we're going to be seeing some 2-stops, I assume those are going to start coming around maybe lap 13. So we are getting close to seeing some pit stops, probably.
Yeah, I'm expecting Kaikira to stop soon. He's clearly losing time on those medium tires, so everyone around him, apart from Fenneljaster, being on the hard tires.
Merc is crashed! Merc is out! Merc is out! That is an Audi out of the race! Danza Hadjek now has all the hopes and dreams of Audi in one, and I don't even think if he gets in the first position, it's going to be enough. This is a Brandstar win! Oh my goodness! It was just one crash. The whole championship has been called.
That has decided the championship in the constructors' side. That's an instrumental crash for the Audi team. That basically solidifies their position in P2 in the constructors' championship. Unless, well, I say unless Aston Martin. Well, nobody's driving for them.
Nobody's driving for Aston Martin because you're here.
Yes, because, well...
Oh yeah, I should have said, Project User is here with us. He's not driving for Aston Martin. He's supposed to be the one driving for Aston Martin today. The only one, but he decided he's not going to. So we're not even going to see the nice Aston Martin livery racing today.
Yeah. Anyway,
but anyways.
we got Dan and... Oh, just Dan.
I think that might have actually scared Danza Hadjek a bit, as he is now pitting. He's now in 8th position. He's going to fall behind a lot. Professor Blockster taking advantage of that, though. He is now in 3rd position with Love Majority right behind him in 4th. Fernand in 6th. Finninjester falling behind in the 5th right now. Critical Noob still in the lead, but Kaikira seems to be trying to make a pass soon, but he has about 1 minute 75 to go. As for the back of the pack, Landstroid still taking it in 10th. Dino's actually been able to get back up in the pack. He is now in 9th position, as is Pachacuro, now in 8th position, right behind Decare, who now only has a 4-second gap to the person in front of him. He is in 7th position now. Z Nixorna with Lamborghini is now in 11th, right behind Landstroid. They're a little bit neck and neck, actually. It's going to be interesting to see who makes the pass first, but behind them will be Jogsy. He's got 5 seconds behind them. He's in 12th position. Behind him will be Lol Fun Greg. It seems as though they're going to be battling it out as well. Low Fun Greg and Jogsy, and behind him will be Acer in 14th. Danza Hack just falling back into 15th with that pit stop. We'll see if he's able to catch up when we get to these other pit stops happening. Kaikira is going to be doing his pit. Finninjester's doing his pit as well. And so is Fernand, which means Critical Professor and Love Majority will be your top 3 after this lap. Oh, we're getting a lot of other pits too. Oh my goodness. Almost a quarter of the grid is going to be pitting right now. Kaikira, Finninjester, Fernand, Decare, D1, Landstroid, Lil Fun Greg. Everybody's pitting right now.
It is the optimum time to pit. If everyone else pits around you, that means that there's not going to be that big of a gap, so I'm guessing it's just chain reaction. Kaikira came in, then Finninjester thought, maybe I should come into the pits, and that's just what happens there.
So Critical Noob, Professor, Love Majority, Pachacura, the few people who did not pit. Let's check that pit sections. Neo is not pit. Jogsy didn't pit. So right now, the top 3 is going to be Critical, Professor, and Love Majority, but 4th will be Pachacuro. Of course, he will still need to pit, and that might make him fall behind once he does his pit. I'm not sure if he's going to go for a 1-stop, or if he's going to, do what Kaikira's doing. Maybe he's just waiting for a lap, trying to get a rabbit and a turtle going. I'm not sure.
Let's see what.
I'm not sure what that's going to do for him, but I will say that no matter what happens today, if they get in those top 10, they're going to be able to get ahead of AMR. I'm not sure if they're actually ahead of them right now. Let me check those standings real quick.
Look at the undercut potentiality from Kaikira setting the purple sector in Sector 2, but that's been overridden by Finninjester and Decare.
Who's going to get that fastest lap?
Well, it's not Kaikira. Who's that coming into the pits now? I think that is Jorksy coming into the pits.
Ducare's going to keep it. He's now in 10th position at the moment, 24 seconds behind the leader of Professor Bloxer, who just did a red sector, so he did just pull a cut. Let's see how his cuts are looking right now. 5 cuts out of 25 right now. D1's now at 16 of 25. Everybody's keeping pretty standard with their cuts. The only highest one behind D1 is going to be Low Fun Greg with 6 cuts. He's down into 15, so that won't be able to affect him too much. Let's look at the rest of the pack. Professor is going to be the first right now. Love Majority. Patrick Crew is now in third. Kite Kara right behind him as well. Patrick Crew will still need to pit, of course, as well as Professor Bloxer and Love Majority. So Kite Kara will probably be able to get that lead again once those guys start pitting. Critical Noob now in 6th. He's probably going to get in 2nd when that happens. Finn and Jester doing a purple sector in 7th. He might be able to set the fastest lap in a second. He's just got a green 2nd sector. He's only got 1 sector left to go, and he's got the DRS off of Kite Kara.
And he's just overtaking Critical Noob for P5.
So let's watch him real quick. Let's see what happens. They're getting really close to that finish line. Is he going to be able to get the fastest lap off of Takare? Let's find out. And he will. 5th position, fastest lap with a purple, green, purple. Takare is going to have to do something in order to pass that, or else Finn and Jester is going to get a fastest lap point for Lamborghini, which might be the first time ever.
Make that P4 now for Fennon Joster as I don't know who pit there. Love Majority pits from P4. Critical Noob now into P3. Not that far behind Kaikura, who's in P2. Provisional P1 at the moment.
Tachikuro still has not pit. Do you think he might be going for a one-stop?
Given how late in the race we are now, it wouldn't seem unlikely if Pachikuro is going for that one stop.
Either that or he's going for a two-stop but doing it later so he can get on a better set of tires. Oh. Bit of a lag for me right there, but we're still good to go. Critical Noob with 2 green sectors in second right now. He is less than a second behind Pachikuro, but Pachikuro might be pitting based on what happens next. Kaikera's actually made the pass on Pachikuro. Discare still has a good... Oh, there it is. Pachikuro is now pitting. He's gone into the pit box. Critical's going to take that lead position. He had a green, purple, but was not able to get that fastest lap. Finn and Jester's still going to hold it. Kaikera is in second now. Finn and Jester's now in third. This might be a podium for Lamborghini, which might be insane to see. This is a crazy race. Dakar is now in fifth at the moment, and so is Danza Hadjic. Danza Hadjic is now in fourth position.
Dan has made Dan one of the first pitters now been able to capitalize on everyone else pitting around him. He might not have the freshest tires, but he sure has kept them alive in the period that he had just pit.
I just realized if Danza Hadjic actually wins this race, that is enough points to get Audi into the championship. Do you think that might actually happen though?
Well, considering Dakar's position right now, that seems incredible. What am I saying? Dakar isn't driving for Brandstar this weekend, so...
No, Dakar's not driving for Brandstar. The only ones who were driving were Matt and Lanstroid. And Lanstroid right now is in 10th position, so he will be able to get a point. But if Danza Hadjic does get 25 points off of being the winner, that it still will be enough to get them in there.
It could be a possibility, but then again, we still got just over 20 laps to go. So anything could happen and anyone could crash out.
Critical's still your leader right now with Kaikera right behind him. Still less than a second difference, and Fenenjaster's actually really close to him as well. That's a 0.2 between Kaikera and Fenenjaster. Danza Hadjic falling a little bit behind them, but Fernan getting a green-purple sectors is now in 5th position. Dakar is going to be fighting with him in a minute though. With the lag of this race, it's kind of hard to tell who's where, but it seems as though there might be a pass happening soon. There's less than a second between Fernand and Dakar is on some great tires right now. Did Pachikuro finally pit? Yes, he did. He's now in 11th position. Lanstroid now in 9th, D1 in 10th still, with no difference in cuts, actually. It seems as though he is finally able to find his groove. Professor Bloxer now with your second most cuts, with 7 of 25. Finn and Jester's now in 2nd position. He's actually fighting for the lead.
Could you imagine this? The last race of the season, after only existing for
Oh, hang on,
6
no.
races.
Finagester actually had a bit of a issue off of that turn. He lost a lot of speed. Kara or Critical Noob might be able to make the pass on him at the line. Who will it be? It will be Finagester getting that first position at the line. However, we still have half the race left to go. Patrick Hero doing really well. He's got 2 green sectors in 11th position right now. He is nowhere near able to get a pass on Landstroid or D1 yet, as he is about 7 to 5 seconds behind them. D1 and Landstroid are actually fighting it out right now for 9th position, and in front of him will be Professor Bloxer, kind of in his own little area right now between Love Majority and Landstroid. He's got about 5 seconds in between both of them. So he's pretty safe where he is right now. However, he needs to start picking up the pace if he wants to get some times and get into the position where Fernan is right now, because he is in 5th position right now, right next to Danza Hajek. They are a little behind the top 3 right now. That's going to be Critical now getting in the lead off of Finagester. Finagester still keeping that fastest lap. Kaikara's in 3rd right now. They are less than a second between each other. They are actually fighting right now. Finagester is actually able to pass on the DRS, but we'll see what happens when he actually passes the line. Critical Noob's down in 2nd position with Finagester ahead of him. Kaikara still in 3rd. Let's see what happens when they cross the line. And that will still be Finagester in the lead at the line. So that was the same as the last lap. We'll see if that continues to be the case, or if we're going to see another pit stop shortly. Based on what we've seen, lap 25 of 38 will probably be when we start seeing some pits, if we're seeing any 2 stops. Kara is now in 4th position. He is only 3 seconds from the lead.
It's a great achievement considering it's 20 down after only 6 laps earlier.
But not only that, but Danza Hajik's fallen behind into 6th position. Fernand's fallen behind to 7th. Professor's still in 8th. Landstroid has 8 seconds behind him, though. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make enough to get a pass, but keeping the 9th position's not too bad either. Low Fun Greg in 12th position. Patrick Hero's stuck in 11th again. He's still got 7 seconds in order to get ahead to 10th and 9th. Indominus Rex in 13th with BMW. He's 29 seconds behind the leader. 5 seconds, or actually 4 seconds behind Low Fun Greg in 12th. Neon Zorna in 15th. He was a leader for a bit, but he's fallen behind due to the pit stop. He's in 15th position at the moment. Finagester doing another cut at the line, but Critical Noob's going to be able to actually take the lead on lap 21 of 38. Kaikara is able to get 2nd. Finagester's fallen behind a little bit, but Takara's right behind them. Will he be able to make a pass? Danza Hajik's fallen a little bit up ahead now. He's now in 5th. Fernand's up into 6th again. Love My Jordy's fallen behind. He's now in 7th position.
Every corner they take, Dakar is edging closer. He was 3.6 of the line, was kept the same, but still, Dakar is gaining on the top 3.
It's true. Critical and Kaikara doing a cut on that first sector together. Let's check how those cuts are doing real quick. Oh, Critical's only done 2 cuts this race. That's incredible. Kaikara now on a 5 of 25. Finagester on 4. Dakar has only done 1 cut this entire race. That is insane. As D1 is now on 17 of 25 cuts and Low Fun Grig's on 8. Which means Professor Bloxer is now not your 2nd most cuts today. It will now be Low Fun Greg. Actually, it'll be Indominus, as he has now done 9 cuts. As for Critical Noob, he's actually been able to get some space between him and that. Whoa, hang on a second, Kaikara. Oh, I think Kaikara almost crashed into the wall. He was able to save it at the last second, but oh my goodness, that was close. As he is still in 3rd position, he's gonna get a cut for that track, for getting off the track there, but he will be able to still hold on to his car. Luckily, he did not pull a mat there. Critical Noob still in the lead by a good margin too. Finagester has more than a second to catch up to him. But we'll see what happens. We have about 3 laps left before we might start seeing some pit stops for the 2 stop. Professor Bloxer still in 8th right now. Fernand in 7th. He's fallen behind again. So is Danza Hajik. Love My Jordy has actually been able to make another pass. They're kind of neck and neck by the looks of it. Yeah, they're less than a second in between. Less than 0.3 seconds in between each other. That's a really close margin right there. But Decare as well, he's actually really close, but I don't see them trying to make a pass on him. Although I have heard him say that the crate cart is a lot less tuned than when he was with the Brandstar, and that might be something that he's going to be fighting with. But he has not that much to catch up for anymore. Danza Hagic's done 2 cuts in 1 lap. That's going to really screw up his corner cuts. He's now on 8 of 25. Now matching with Lol Fungreg. Indominus has fallen behind too. He's now in 15th with Jogsy in 14th. Neo's still stuck in a 13th position. I think he was in 15 last time we checked on him, but he is up. He's passed Jogsy and Indominus. Lol Fungreg still in 12th. Patrick Rose still in 11th. D1 and Lance. It seems as though Lance was actually able to make enough space for him to keep in the 9th. D1 will stay in 10th. Professor still in 8th. So right now we're kind of seeing it kind of settling down now. Once we start seeing those pit stops, we might see a bit more of a craze. But hang on a second, Takara has actually made the pass on Kaikara. This is it. If Takara stays in this race and keeps ahead of Kaikara, that will be another championship for him. The 4th one in a row for Ion.
Some say it's an end of an era this season with Naka retiring officially, hopefully. At the end of the season, at the end of this race even, with his old team, the team they started out with, in the exact same livery to say. Now it's not the exact same position, but he is fighting for a championship back where he started.
Oh, hang on a second. Kaikara actually did a pass on him. He's now in the lead. However, based on what I can see between the 2 drivers, Takara is going to be in the lead once they cross the line. Danza Hagic's now in 7th. He has to get in 1st position in order for them to win this championship, because if he does not, then that settles it for this whole season. But based on the battle between Takara, Kaikara, Finagest, and Critical, all 4 of them will probably have to crash out in order for him to even have a chance. What happened?
Big slide from Decare going out of turn 1, but it was well saved and well kept by the Frenchman.
He's now into 2nd position. Finagester's fallen behind from him. Decare's in 2nd. He only has Critical Noob left to go, and he's be able to get in the lead. And best thing... Oh, wait, hang on a second. What the hell happened? Danza Hagic's in 2nd? When did that happen? Was that a lag?
What?
Was that a lag? What in the world happened? Why does he say he's in 2nd right now? That's not true.
That's got to be a glitch. I'm always seeing high ping.
No, yeah. Let's check the next sector. Let's check the sector resets. See if that's actually the case, because what I see on my screen, that is not the case. There you go. We got it set up. We got to fix it up now. Critical's in the lead with Takara right behind him and Kaikara behind him. Love My Jordy's now in 4th position right now. Finagester's fallen behind in 5th, but he's still keeping that fastest lap. We'll see if that still happens once they have these pit stops happening in a second. Will anybody be pitting right now? Like, we were expecting it to be lap 25, but if they do it at lap 24, I won't be surprised. Nope, I'm not seeing any of the leaders pitting right now, which means they might be waiting another lap or more.
Top 7 is all different teams, and, well, there's only, excuse me, 3.2 seconds separating all of the cars in the moment, so theoretically anyone can win this race. If anyone wants to pit now, they will be doing it soon.
1 through 7 right now seems to be a 4-second difference. Danza Hagic could actually make a win if he's able to get some boost. But Critical, Kaikara, Takara, they're now 1 second in between each other. It is a battle right now. And not only that, but McLaren's trying to get in there as well. And for all we know, Fernand might be able to get another win for Pro Drive. Get up that ratio. Alright, we are now on lap 25. No pits yet. Maybe when we start lap 26, we might be starting those pits. We are at the 2nd sector with these leaders right now, so if we start seeing some pits, this might be the time. As they go across those final corners, will any of them start pitting? No. Looks like... Oh, hang on a second. There is one. I can't tell who that is, though.
Venom Jasper spins going into the pit lane.
Is he okay? Because I don't see him move. Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, he's good. He's good. So he's going to be pitting. Let's see what kind of tires he's going to run on. He's on hards. So it seems as though he's going to do a 2-stop hards all the way. Decare's going to be in the lead, though. He's going to be able to make the pass on Critical Noob, even though he is 0.3 seconds behind. He might still be able to catch up to him, especially on these DRS songs. Let's see what happens, as we have 2 DRSs that they're going to go by right now, one after the other. Man, this lag is really not making it easy. But it seems as though he wasn't able to make the pass when we get to the next sector, although we got a full DRS section coming up, so that might still be the case. Nope, Decair's going to still be your leader, and Critical's actually going to fall behind a bit, and Kaikera is going to be more than a second behind Decair. I think this might settle it for Decair unless he has a mishap, or we see a different pit stop strategy. Let's see what happens, because we're about to see Decair get to the pit lane, but will he take it? He won't take it. He won't take it. Kaikera is going to take it. Kaikera will be pitting.
Yep. As things stand, even with Critical Noob's position in P2, eSpirit will not be able to escape the elimination zone, the bottom three, in the championship, getting eliminated. So, unfortunately, unless Decair crushes out and Critical Noob wins the race, that might see eSpirit being eliminated from the league.
That is true. Although Critical is in second right now, he's got a good amount of time. Kaikera's just finished his pit stop. He was on mediums. He's gone for another set of mediums. Lanstroid is going to be pitting as well. He's going to go for mediums. He might be... I'm not sure. He might be trying to copy the strat of Kaikera. However, Decair still has not done a pit yet. He still needs to do a pit. And Kaikera is now 22 seconds behind. If Decair does a pit, that will be able to get Kaikera up ahead of him, especially with those fresh tires. Critical Noob is behind him, less than 0.2 seconds behind. Actually, by the looks of it, he's actually in the lead. They've just made a pass. They've just lapped Dark YZ of BMW. Oh, speaking of that, both BMWs are actually in last place right now. That's interesting. Wonder what happened with Indominus. He's fallen behind considerably. Oh, Critical Noob's pitting. Decair is pitting. That is the top two pitting now. Fernand's gonna keep going though. He's gonna keep those tires. Love My Jordy's gonna be pitting. Danza Hajek's gonna be pitting. Professor Blackster's gonna keep it going. Fernand and Professor are not pitting.
How long
They're
are
gonna
those
be your leaders.
tires going to hold out though? That's what we need to consider.
Exolin, what kind of strategy are you doing? You got both of your drivers in P1, P2 right now. How are there... Did they do a second pit? I really don't think they did. They did not. They've only done one pit. They're going to have to do another pit probably before this race ends. Or they're just going to run it. I'm not sure. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens because right now they're ahead by a big margin. Decair 14 seconds behind.
But it'll only take 1.4 seconds of gain on these pro drives a lap in order for Decair to overtake them. And that doesn't seem too unreasonable when you consider how much fresher their tires will be.
Lanstroid has done a purple! Lanstroid has done a... Oh, and he's done a little bit of a spin, but that was a purple sector in a man in 11th place. He might not be able to actually do a proper lap for this, but that was a purple sector. Decair's doing a purple sector as well. Critical's done a purple sector, but with that cut in the first sector, he will not be able to get a fastest lap. However, Decair does have a chance to get this fastest lap as he is now in third, trying to catch up to the pro drives. But Critical Noob's right behind him. He's not going to let him off the hook too easy. As they go across the line, Decair will keep it, but will he get the fastest lap? He will not get that fastest lap.
It would be wise for Critical Noob not to attack Decair too much as we go through the first sector, as maybe Critical Noob could use Decair as a slingshot and maybe take the lead of this race if they keep this pace and manage to attack the pro drives at the end of the race.
From what I've seen, Decair and Critical have a bit of a rivalry going in. We saw it during the qualifying and free practice where they were trying to set fast laps, but Decair kept trying to race on Critical, trying to get his focus trying to make him lose his focus, and that might be what he's trying to do right now, going neck and neck with him, trying to, get him a little bit swirly. But they both have two purple sectors, and depending on the cuts that they had on the second sector, they might actually be able to get that fastest lap, either one of them. It looks like they're really going to go for it, though. Lanstroid, Brandstar, is going to be in 10th right now with D1 and 11th. Patrick Cruz caught up. He's now in 9th, and Love My Jordy's fallen behind, now in 8th. Dan Sahacek still stuck in 7th right now. Finn and Jester in 6th. Kaikera in 5th, but he has two green sectors. Critical Noob and Decair. Wait, Fernand and Professor have now pit.
Lofan
and
Greg
Professor
just
now have
got the
pit.
fastest lap.
Critical's got the fastest lap. And that's on fresh tires too. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody actually takes that instead, Fernand and Professor are the best bet right now as they have fresh tires. And Professor and Fernand are on softs.
Interesting.
They're going to be doing this final stint on softs, and that might actually allow them to try and get that fastest lap point, even if they don't get in the top 5. Decare in second still. He's fighting it out with Critical right now. He's got the green sector, but he's still got a lot to catch up. Acer 1 with BM... Is that Red Star? No, it's Hyundai. That's interesting. Red Star has a Hyundai livery on. But he's going to be doing his pit as well. He won't be able to get in that top 10. He's definitely falling behind with his pit stop. Indominus Rex actually is now in 14th position with BMW, who is not last anymore, but he is in 14th. Joxy's done a green, green, purple in eSpirit in 13th position. That's incredible. He might actually be able to get a fastest lap based on how this goes. Fernand and Professor, though, not doing any purples right now. Decare! Decare's in the lead, and he's got the fastest lap! That final purple sector was able to finish it for him. We now have only 8 laps left in this race. Anything can happen. Everybody's done all the pit stops they can except for Pachacuro, although I think he was going for a 1-stop, so he might not even need another pit stop based on the tires he has. I would hope he's on hards. Let's check. Yes, he is on hards, so he will probably be able to finish this whole race on those tires. However, if it's going to allow him to actually get ahead, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. Lanstroid, however, is ahead of him, but he's got a Pachacura right on his butt, the old Brandstar teammate. So we'll see if he's able to actually stay ahead of him. It's going to be interesting to see if Lanstroid actually stays ahead of Pachacuro, the team driver from last season. Fernand and Professor, 7th and 8th. They are on green sectors. If we see a purple sector from them, we might actually see a fastest lap happen. Let's check those cuts real quick, see if we have any differences. D1, now on 20 of 25 cuts. He needs to start lowering it down a bit in order for him not to have a drive to pit penalty. Although I'm not sure that's going to do anything for him anyways, as he's not even in the top 10. Lil Fun Greg in 12th right now with 12 of 25 cuts. Fernand and Professor, 2 green sectors. They are a few corners away from the finish line. Will they be able to get a fastest lap with a purple sector? Let's find out.
That's aside from Critical Noob, as I was just discussing with data at the moment, but 8 or lower, which does seem to be true for Love My Geordie, will see McLaren eliminated from the league. If both of these prototypes get past Love My Geordie, that will mean that Craig and eSpirit can both continue to next season.
That is true. It seems as though Professor was able to get 3 green sectors, but not enough to get the fastest lap. No purple sectors. So he's going to try and keep fighting for that. Pachacuro has done a second pit stop. Pachacuro will not be able to get in the top 10 with that. And depending on the tires he has, he's going to go for softs, but he only has about 7 laps left in this race. So we'll see what happens for him. He's got a lot of catching up to do, and Lanstroid's on mediums. He'll probably be able to run for the rest of this race. As long as he doesn't do what Matt did, he'll be good to go. But Dancehagic's in 4th. Dancehagic's going to try and run for the lead. He's got 10 seconds away from Decare, so he's probably not going to get it. But depending on what happens in these last 7 laps, anything can happen. Decare is in the lead right now. Critical right behind him. He's got 3.3 seconds to catch up. Kaikare is in 3rd right now. They're doing really well. However, Finn and Jester is going to be right behind Dancehaggic in 5th position, and behind him will be Fernand. Professor's got a purple. Will he be able to get the fastest lap? He will not. It's the 2 green, 1 purple, but it will not be enough to get him that fastest lap. Decare's still going to hold on to it, especially since we only have about 6 laps left in this race. He's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat in order for him to get that fastest lap for this race. Pachacuro falling behind. Pachacuro's falling behind. Oh my goodness, he's now in 13th position. With that pit stop, he's at now 20 to 25 seconds behind Lanstroid.
So Professor has got past Love My Geordie, so this is the battle to remain in the league. If Love My Geordie can't re-overtake Professor Bloxer, that will see them gone.
McLaren will have to fall behind, and eSpirit will have enough points in order to stay in that 3rd position. If Critical can hold on to this, that's incredible for eSpirit. But you guys is going to clinch it.
So eSpirit is currently safe
at the moment, but if Kaikara can make a move on these last 5 laps, that is still yet to be seen.
I just realized that Kaikira's gap is 8.6. That is his number.
Well, it's now 9.1, so...
it would be by if everything stays as it is, McLaren would be behind Espirit by 1 point.
That is true. But Critical has just done a cut that is now 425 cuts, one less than actually Decare, so he's still going to be alright. Kaikir is now on 10 cuts of 25. I don't think he's going to make 15 in these last 5 laps. However, you never know. Patrick Kuro's done a purple sector. He's done a purple and a green. He's in 13th, but he may be able to get the fastest lap. What happened?
1 second. Jordy has crashed.
Jordy's dead. He's out. And not only that, but Patrick Kuro gets the fastest lap in 11th position. He only has to pass D1 and that fastest lap will count. But if he stays at 11th for this race, it will not count and nobody will get fastest lap.
So all Critical Noob has to do now is take this car home.
Is finish. D1 is now in 9th position, Landstroid in 8th. That's incredible. That's enough points to keep him in there, even if Danza Hatchet gets first. If Landstroid can hold that position, he'll be good to go, no matter what happens with Danza Hatchet. Even if, by a miracle, Danza Hatchet gets first, if Landstroid keeps that 8th position, that's it. That's the Constructors' Championship. And Decare, finishing today, that's enough. Kaikir will not be able to get enough points to keep it ahead. Kaikira can only hope that Decare crashes out for this race in these next 4 laps. 4 laps remaining. And Davidus now in last position. He did a pit. Did he do a drive to pit? What happened? I think this is his 2nd pit. Or his 3rd pit, actually. Let's check real quick. This is his 4th pit. And Davidus has done 4 pit stops. Love My Jordy's falling behind though. Indominus will have to keep up ahead of Love My Jordy, but he has already crashed, so it's not going to count for much. Acer with Hyundai in 13th right now. Low Fun Greg in 12th with Craig. Jogsy in... Oh, actually, it's a tie between Low Fun and Greg and Jogsy for that 11th position. Patrick Kuro with the fastest lap. He's now in 10th, so that fastest lap will count. Landstroid in 8th. D1 in 9th, Professor 15 seconds behind the leader in 7th. He's still kind of staying in that 7th to 8th position. Finagester now in 6th. Danza Hatchik now falling down into 5th as Fernand does a double cut lap and is able to get into 4th position. He has 3 seconds in order to catch up to Kakera as we only have 3 laps left in this race. Critical Noob still in 2nd at the moment, 3 seconds behind Decare. Decare is still in the lead and it seems as though he will continue to stay in the lead at this pace. Project, your thoughts?
Well, I've been a bit lost in the moment. I'm trying to work out by what scenario Espirit or McLaren can still stay in the championship, but it seems pretty certain that Espirit will be making it through. Maybe Jogsy could get into the points, and that would solidify the position. Critical Noob is sliding there. I'm not sure what turn that is. I think that's turn 10. But he's,
it seems as though Decare's been sliding a little bit as well. I'm not sure if their tires are starting to falter. I mean, Critical is on medium tires at the moment, and so is Decare. Landstroid's on those mediums as well. Kaikera, however, is... What is Kaikera on, actually? I think he might be on mediums as well. I'm seeing a little bit of yellow. Yep, he is on mediums as well. Fernand is going to be on the hards, though. He might actually be able to catch up to Kaikera. He's only 3 seconds behind and actually gaining, too. He's actually really close. And behind him will be Danza Hadjik, as Danza Hadjik is on those mediums as well. Well, I think Fernand's only 2 seconds behind now. Nope, it's still going to be 3. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make the pass, but we'll have to find out, as we now only have 2 laps left. This is it. Haven't seen much difference in the backpack, however, and Indominus Rex is now last again, as Love Majority had that crash. Dark's going to be ahead of him. Landstroid in 8th position. He's doing a pit? What happened to Landstroid?
Did he lose his front wing?
I'm not sure. He might not have felt good with those tires and he just wants to be safe. However, that will mean that he's going to fall out of the top 10, which at this rate was not going to really matter that much. But Patrick Kerr is going to be able to make the pass. He's going to be able to get better than the top 10. Danja Hadjik, however, still in 5th position. Right in between.
Jogsy crashed!
Jogsy has crashed. That is a crash for Jogsy. He's off the track, but he will be fine. But that is Jogsy out of this race now, as it's now a fight between Landstroid and Pachacuro for that 9th position. Pachacuro might get it, but with Landstroid and those soft tires, He might be able to get the fastest lap off of Patrick Kuro. We are on the final lap. Decare has crossed the line for the final lap. This is it. This is where it all comes down to. Will Decare be able to finish it and get his 4th Drivers' Championship and retire in style?
A quote
Critical
from
knew. It's like, will Decare get that Drivers' Championship? Will Critical get enough points in order to keep his spirit from dying for next season? And will Kaikara be able to finish his final race as a proper driver of Ion? Not only that, but will Fernand and Professor be able to get enough points for Pro Drive in order to get even higher in the standings? And will Dance Hedrick, will he be able to get a win in order to beat Brandstar? No, he won't. But it's safe to say that it might happen by a miracle, as Decare has now finished the 2nd sector. This is it. This is it. This is it. Only a few more corners left for Decare. As Critical is now 7 seconds behind him. Nothing's going to keep Decare from getting this win now. This is it. The final corner. Here comes Decare going down the stretch as the fireworks are about to hit. And that is it. Decare has won the race. He is now your driver's champion for the 4th time. Critical is going to take 2nd. Kaikira is going to take 3rd across the line now. Fernand taking 4th. Professor's going to take 5th. And Dance is going to take 6th. That's Brandstar getting the Constructors. Finn and Jess are going to finish 7th. Lanstroid has a lot more sectors left to go. They're 50 seconds behind those people, so they still got a ways to go. But Lance just gets two purple sectors. Lance might get the fastest lap. And not only that, but D1's going to be right behind him in 9th, and Patrick Cruz in 10th right now. But Lanstroid, all he has to do is finish this lap, and he might be able to get that fastest lap off of Patrick Kuro. That is going to be able to take it right away from KRR, and it would be a great finish for Brandstar. That is it! Lanstroid takes the fastest lap in 8th position. D1 taking 9th, and Patrick Kuro taking the 10th, getting another point for KRR in this final race, with Low Fun Greg now crossing the line in 11th position, and Acer having a ways to go, but he will be able to be the final driver to finish the race today. Wow, what a race this was.
What a race indeed.
So we've had Decare getting a win for Craig, Critical getting a 2nd place for Espirit, keeping him in the team for next season, and Kaikara finishing his racing career in 3rd.
Oh my god.
As we now have fireworks given to everybody in order to celebrate this final race.
What is happening to Kaikira's car?
What do you mean? What happened? Oh, I think someone decided to make it purple. I'm not so sure. I think that was probably some F3X having happened, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it's a great way to celebrate. Oh yeah, sorry, Deepa, we actually can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Oh. Poor Deepa.
I feel bad for Deepod having all these problems with the crashes and everything, but this has been an incredible race, and I'm glad a little bit of it you got. As we finish up, we're going to be starting podium and to the field, waiting on Decare and Kaikara. Kaikara to respawn his car because I'm not sure they're going to allow the purple flames.
I see no issue with it.
So that means that Uprise is now dead.
Officially.
That's McLaren and Uprise out.
Uprise has met its end. So has McLaren. And
Sadly. Oh man, my voice. Alright, now we just have to wait for the other 2 cars to come. I guess Decare and Kaikara are doing their final laps before their retirement.
on the bright side of life, Espirit, the longest standing team in Ion Formula 1, will continue for another season.
And here they come, Decare and Kaikara, going across the line for the final time. Celebrating with all the other cars as well. As the fireworks happen for a 3rd time now.
Oh,
Oh man, what a race! What a race that was. Now we just gotta wait for Decare and Kaikera to head to the podium. I think I see Decare coming right now. Yep, here he comes. And now for Kaikera, looks like he respawned his car. Oh man, looking at the times, it seems as though Landstro was able to clinch that fastest lap from Patrick Kuro by a whole 0.4 seconds. Awesome job all around. Where is Kaikera going? And here comes Kaikera finishing it up, getting into that third position spot. And shortly we will be starting the proper podium of the drivers. Alright, let's get it set up. That will be it. We're just waiting for Decare to get into the podium place. Alright, he is AFK by the looks of it. That's okay. Anyways, that is Decare finishing in the Drivers' Championship in first position. Kaikera is able to clinch it in second. In third position, and Critical Noob doing great in P2 for this final race, saving eSpirit from imminent doom. And that will be the end of it. We also have the Constructors Champion, Brandstar, getting second last season and now getting first for this season. Anyways, that will be the end of F1 for this season. What a great season it's been. We're glad you've been with us this whole time through. D-Pod has been excited for this whole time. I'm sorry we weren't able to get the stream properly today, but we'll be able to get it next time, we promise. But anyways, that will be the end of F1 for this season. We hope you have a great one, and hope you join us for the end of F2, which will be happening just after this. Hopefully that stream will go a lot better than this one did. But anyways, thank you for everything, guys. It's been a great race, and we hope to see you the next one, which will probably be back in March of next year. So stay with us. We're going to be having a lot of new interesting things happening for the next season. But as for me and for Project and for D-Pod, that will be it for us today. Project, do you want to sign us out?
Well, thank you everybody for the great season of racing.
Hang on a second. Actually, we have some interviews. So let's actually get some of those interviews in real quick. I see Patrick Kuro wants an interview. Let's get him in. Hello, Patrick Kuro. Welcome to the interview. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Could be better.
So, what's up? How did you feel about that fastest lap actually being taken away from you at the final stint?
Was it?
Oh yeah, you Landstro got the fastest lap.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, like on the last lap, my engineer told me like on the second last lap, he said it was the last lap. So like I crossed the line and then I slowed down, and then he said one lap more left to go.
Well, hopefully you'll be here for next season, right?
Maybe you must just see an announcement sometimes.
Well, we'll see what happens. Anyways, we actually have to cut it short, so sorry about that. But Patrick Earl, we hope to see you next season.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that. We actually will not be able to do any interviews today. Depod wants us to get straight into F2, so we're going to get that set up. We'll see you shortly. Anyways, that'll be it for me, Shay A, with Project User and Depod. Sadly, he was not able to commentate. It's technical difficulty. Sorry about that. But anyways, we're going to sign off real quickly. Project, you want to say goodbye real quick?
Thank you to everyone for this season. Great season of racing. Thank you for sharing these moments along with us. That's me, Project User, for F1. I'll see you in F2, hopefully. Until then, for me, have a good day.
And for me, I hope you all have an incredible finish of this Ion season. We'll see you next season in March. It'll be season 5. We'll keep you posted on everything that's going on there, especially with Depod Dolphin. And since he can't speak right now, I'll say it for Depod Dolphin. We'll see you all next time.